back, everybody. I'm Sheldon, and this is In the Big Leagues. Hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. Now, while many people had school off, work off, the NBA and NFL grind was still very much in session. Now, first things first, I have to make mention of the Nuggets versus Suns game that took place just a few nights ago. Christmas games generally are reserved for the best of the best teams, and well, Christmas night featured two of the best teams in the Western Conference. The Blazing Suns visited the Mile High City, home of the Nuggets, and well, by far, this is one of the best games I've seen this season. Now, in the first quarter, Suns star Devin Booker went down with a leg injury, which set him out the rest of the game, unfortunately, for the Suns. But the Suns bench and supporting cast stayed strong and kept it neck and neck throughout the entire game, and the game ended up going to overtime with a score of 113 to 113. And with under just a minute left in OT, with the Nuggets up 124 to 123, Aaron Gordon recorded his 7th dunk of the game, and well, this dunk personally is one of the best I've ever seen real time. And while they initially called a charge on Gordon, the refs took another look and deemed it a block. Was it the right call? 100%. Not only were Shamit's feet moving, but seeing a dunk like that take place, I just couldn't imagine the refs saying it shouldn't count. The Suns ended up losing the game 128 to 125, and the Nuggets are now on top of the Western Conference. Now this game certainly put Nikola Jokic on top of the MVP voting, in my opinion. The big fella scored 41 points, 15 rebounds, and 15 assists, and was the key component to the Nuggets' victory. Now this game was certainly the best present the city of Denver received this Christmas, because all the Broncos game gave them was a lump of coal. The Broncos got smoked 51-14 to the LA Rams, who are now 5-10 on the season, so not even a good team. The Broncos offense again produced nearly nothing, and the defense surprisingly allowed a 50-piece, allowing 51 points. Now, if you ask me, the defense is still great, but it's tired. When the offense can't move the ball and it is forced into 3-and-outs over and over again, the defense really has time. They have no time to catch their breath, look at game film, or even get a drink of water. But, enough of that negativity. As the season dwindles down to the finale, I want to give out my MVP picks and a few other award predictions. Again, these are my predictions, so don't hate. Now, NFL MVP this year, in my eyes, is easy for the voters. It's a no-brainer. It's Patrick Mahomes. He has 4,720 yards, which is leading the NFL. 37 TD passes, which is also leading the NFL. His QBR is a career-high 78.7 right now, which is first in the league. Also a career-high 66.9 completion rating, which is, I think, third or fourth in the league. The Chiefs are 12-3. And my second pick for MVP is Jalen Hurts. He has 22 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. They have the best record in football. They're 13-2. He also has 13 rushing touchdowns. And he always seems to make the right play at the right time. I just think his injury that he suffered last week, he's going to have to miss the last few games of the season. I think that's going to keep him out of that race. But certainly, he's my number 2 pick. For Offensive Player of the Year, again, no-brainer, Justin Jefferson. 123 receptions, which is first. 1,756 yards, first, and is also on pace to beat Calvin Johnson's record that he set in 2012. Honestly, this is, again, a no-brainer. Very clear that he deserves this award. Now, Defensive Player of the Year, Joey Bosa. Again, clear-cut candidate for this award. With all the confusion this season with roughing the passer and how to legally tackle the quarterback, he has 17.5 sacks, which is just 2 away from franchise record. Now, Offensive Rookie of the Year is going to be Garrett Wilson for the Jets. He's caught passes from 4 different quarterbacks this year. He has 71 receptions, 996 yards, and unlike that quarterback position for the Jets, he's been consistent and a weapon for them all year. Now, Defensive Rookie of the Year, I got Tariq Woolen. Obviously, most will say it's Sauce Gardner for the Jets. Woolen was a draft steal for the Seahawks. Has held the primary receiver to either 1 or 0 receptions in 7 games this year. He hasn't allowed more than 3 catches in a game this year. He's first in the league in interceptions. He has 6. Most games he's only allowed the most yards he's allowed in a game this year is 54. And Sauce Gardner allowed T. Higgins to get over 100 on him just a few weeks ago. He also carries that Seahawks defense, who has been banged up all year long. And for Coach of the Year, my last award prediction, I got Nick Sirianni for the Eagles. It's pretty self-explanatory. They're the best team in football, the best record in football. They're top 10 on offense, top 10 on defense. They're the favorites right now to win the NFC. Despite having Jalen Hurts miss the last few weeks, I think they're still going to win that NFC out. Now, certainly these picks could be changed in the last few weeks of the season, but the majority of these picks, at least for me, are locked in. Now, that is going to wrap up in the big leagues. We'll see you all next time right here on HYFNTV. Again, I'm Sheldon. Hope you all have a great new year.